Bickle here, entrepreneur extraordinaire and spokesperson for the Har Realty and Construction Company of Fort Myers, Florida. Friends, Har Construction is the #1 family-operated real estate and home construction company in the Fort Myers and Naples area. They've been doing business since 1975. They are also the largest home building company in Southwest Florida. They've been outbuilding all other companies by 2 to 1. That means that in your very own neighborhood, chances are that every other house is a Har house, and because they own over 22,000 acres of vacant lots in the Fort Myers-Naples area, they have been providing the community with beautiful, inexpensive Har lots for over 34 years. When you purchase a quality Har lot, the Hars will clean and manicure it and even throw in a pesticide treatment. So, if you are interested in a clean Har lot and or investing in a Har house, call them Hars at 1-800-HAR-LOT and talk to them. And because they are a family-operated business, you are guaranteed to talk to Grandma Martha, Sister Betty Jean, or Aunt Betty Lou. No automated calls there. You will speak directly to a friendly, professional Har who can satisfy your needs. Like Grandma Har says, when you need a Har, here we are. Yes, sir, friends and neighbors, it is their goal to make sure that everyone who wants one can have their very own Har house, especially designed for their hand-picked Har lot. You can also take advantage of the current economic crisis. Har Realty and Construction has several foreclosed Har houses and 300 foreclosed Har lots just waiting to be picked up cheap. Your children will be able to boast, I grew up in a Har house.
Hello, BENSON and PEFLINGER. Your pain is our pleasure.
Hello, Brick darling. You really think that's a good slogan to get business?
Oh, hi, Snookums. Well, that's a slogan that an advertising expert I found on Craigslist named Friendly Frank Ficktickle gave me as a free trial for our business.
Friendly Frank Ficktickle? Isn't he that strange guy who does that obscene commercial for Har Realty that advertises that they build Har houses and sell Har lots?
Well, yeah, but he also did that cool radio commercial ad for his Everything You Don't Need Superstore in Cape Coral. You know, where I bought our unique dinnerware set made from taxidermy chicken feet.
That alone should have given you a clue that you should look elsewhere for advertising ideas.
You know, you can be a real downer sometimes. How was your checkup with your daddy?
It was great. He said I was progressing better than expected. He upgraded my speech program, speeded up my information processing, and made it so I didn't have to whistle when I searched, unless I just wanted to. Here's the big news. He has almost completed the process that will allow us to have babies.
Wow, that is all great news. But, Veda, how will we make babies?
Easy. We just mix up a batch of Daddy's special baby-making formula and set it out in the sun for 2 days. A stork will come and sit on it until it's ready and then deliver it to us wrapped in cabbage leaves when it's done.
What? Really?
No, silly. We'll make babies the regular old-fashioned way. You're so gullible. I'll tell you all about it and show you how it's done when I get home.
Okay. You had me going there for a minute. Very funny. That is unbelievable news. Almost like some ridiculous science fiction comedy story. An android and a human having babies is understandable, but that stork and cabbage leaf thing is way out there. But it is unbelievably good news. I can't wait to hear all about it and get that demonstration. When are you going to be home, baby?
I'm going to stop off at Publix and Target. I should be home in an hour and a half, depending on traffic. Do us a favor. If you get any more calls before I get there, just say hello, Benson and PEFLINGER, Ace Detectives. How may I help you?
Well, that's kind of boring. Ficktickle's slogan shows people we have good humor.
I'm pretty sure it shows them that we have bad taste. Brick darling, I doubt that people who call a detective agency are looking for humor.
Well, maybe Friendly Frank will give us a different free sample slogan to try out.
Or maybe he'll give you one of those mohair lower colon scrubbers from his Everything You Don't Need Superstore.
Oh, all right. I'll take a pass on Friendly Frank's slogans. Okay. You can be a real downer sometimes, you know that?
I am not. What have you been doing besides waiting to answer the phone with stupid Friendly Frank fictical slogans? Well, I've been out making myself more perfect.
Yeah, maybe you should try making yourself more modest. Well, right now, I'm about to make contact with a man about a Lonely Hearts Company.
What? Oh, Brick darling. I take it all back. You can answer the phone with any stupid slogan you want. Anytime you want, and I won't say a word. I'm sorry I said anything.
What? Oh, baby, hey, it's not what you think. It's business contact. I'll explain it all when you get home. Love you.
Love you more.
Love you most.
Who's at the door?
Oh, that's gotta be him. I gotta go, baby.
Him who?
The client. Gotta go. Come in. Door's open. Bye, Snookums. See you when you get home. Yes, Mr. Floor Squad, I presume. Go on in.
It's Farquaad. Please, just call me Zeke.
Okay, Zeke it is then. Please, have a seat. Can I get you anything?
No, thank you. I'm good. Nice dicks. Sorry to bother you here at your home.
Oh, no, it's okay. Look, I asked you to come here because I was going to stay home today anyway, to do a little paperwork in a relaxing environment.
Yeah, sure is a beautiful house you got here. Yes, sir. It's spotless.
Thanks. When it comes to housekeeping, my girlfriend is a machine. Hey, well, actually, she's a machine at everything she does. So, Mr. Kumquat.
It's Farquaad. Please, just call me Zeke.
Right. Sorry. Zeke, you sounded pretty uneasy when we talked on the phone this morning.
Yeah. Well, sir, I didn't quite know how to take what you said to me when you answered the phone.
Oh, the slogan. Yeah. We just like to let potential clients know that we have a good sense of humor here at the Benson and PEFLINGER Ace Detective Agency.
Well, Mr. Benson...
It's Brick Benson.
Oh, sorry. Brick Benson,
Please, just call me Brick.
Okay, then, Brick. Now, I was a bit befuddled when you answered the phone and said, "My pain is your pleasure." You know, a person can get the notion that you had, bad taste rather than good humor.
The slogan, that was my partner's idea. She thought that a bit of humor would put callers at ease, and I tried to convince her that we should just be answer in a more businesslike, professional manner. Sorry about that, Mr. Farts-a-lot.
It's Farquaad. Farquaad. Please, just call me Zeke.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Sorry, Zeke. Now, what is the problem you'd like help with?
Well, Brick, I need you to find a girl that's supposed to be down here in Fort Myers. My problem is, you see, that I hate to be taken for a country bumpkin. And, brother, I sure enough have been taken.
So where are you from, Squeak?
It's Zeke, not Squeak.
Yeah, I know. It was a test.
It's a test, huh? What kind of test?
A test to see if you really are Zeke, and not Squeak. You never know when someone's trying to put something over on you.
Well, did I pass the test?
Oh, yeah, you're like a champ. All aces. So where are you from, Zeke?
Is this another test?
Oh, no. The testing part is done, Zeke.
Well, great. I'm from Kentucky.
You're from Kentucky?
Yeah, I know that.
I mean, I accept that you're from Kentucky.
Well, now that's mighty gracious of you. You forgot my name is Zeke again, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Zeke.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not real good with names.
You don't say. Could have fooled me.
Let me try it this way. Now that we have established that you are from Kentucky and that you are Zeke and not Squeak, what part of Kentucky are you from? Is that better?
Yeah, better. Hey, look, I'm down here from Kentucky, Paducah, Kentucky, in fact, from right smack dab between Possum Trot and Monkey's Eyebrow in West Kentucky. We're famous for our great quilt making. You know, when we're not making quilts, we're fishing in the Ohio River pool. Everybody fishes, including me when I ain't trapping.
Trapping?
Yeah, I make a few extra bucks trapping feral cats.
Feral cats, you do. What kind of cat is that?
Oh, there's all kinds. Feral cats make lots and lots of different kinds of feral cats, you know. They're a lot like rabbits in that way. You know, we don't have many rabbits anymore in Paducah because of all the cats. The cats kill the rabbits, you know. Only good thing about them feral cats is that our carrot crop in Paducah is thriving.
It is. Oh yeah. Well, that's very interesting. Well, tell me, Zeke.
There's so many darn feral cats in Paducah that they tried catching a bunch of them, you know, and making some kind of a Paducah quilts out of their hair as an experiment, you know. And I thought I might get in on the ground floor of some kind of cat hair quilt boom, so I invested a lot of my money in cat catching and skinning supplies. But, you know, out of the first batch of experimental cat hair quilts they made, there was a whole bunch of people got sick because of them cat allergies, you know. So I just catch feral cats now and take them to a big cat disposal facility where they built a big furnace, and then they...
Mr. Forknot, please
For goodness sakes, it's Farquaad. Please, just call me Zeke, remember?
Yes, I remember. Sorry, it's my name problem thing, you know. Sorry, Zeke. Now tell me about the girl.
Well, sir, in Paducah, a good-looking girl is as hard to find as a okay picture of Hillary Clinton.
Oh, yeah. That's a great analogy, you know. I get it. There's just no good-looking girls in Paducah. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I just didn't want to sound mean, you know, and say it straight up like you just did. Anywho...
Oh, I love that. Hey, go on, please.
Yeah. If a girl in Paducah, possum trot or monkey's eyebrow, believes she's got some, well, sir, she leaves town in a hurry.
Yeah?
In Paducah, we've lost all three of our girls like that over the last 15 years.
Really?
Well, sir, I was so busy selling quilts and fishing and now feral cat catching, you know, to pay for more cat catching equipment that I missed all three of them chances.
I see. A lot of that going on in western Kentucky, I assume.
You're darn tootin'. Anywho...
It's funny you say that, you know. I say that a lot, too.
Say what? Darn tootin'?
No. Anywho. I thought me and Chris Farley were the only ones to say that.
Well, now, ain't that something? Anywho... I ran across a magazine that had some ads in it. It said that there was lots of people in the country who was lonely. Lonely, beautiful, young girl.
And you went for it like a feral cat after catnip, huh?
Hey, I like that analogy. Well, what would you have done? Same as me, I suppose. You know, I sent them $50 and got back a list of names. So I wrote to all of them, and one of them that answered me was from here in Fort Myers area, you know. She sent me her picture. Here, look here.
Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, she definitely is beautiful.
She wrote the most beautiful letters anybody ever wrote to anybody, you know. I couldn't sleep at night thinking about her.
Well, I hate to, you know, shatter your dreams there, Zeke, but this picture happens to be a picture of a movie star named Jennifer Aniston. And I can tell you it's a cinch that she didn't write these letters to you.
Well, how do you know that?
Well, for one thing, she's currently married to Justin Theroux.
She married the Prime Minister of Canada?
No. The Prime Minister of Canada is Justin Trudeau. I don't know how I know that, but I do. She married Justin Theroux, who is an actor and a filmmaker, but give her a year and she'll be back on the market. Of course, she could be doing some early shopping around, you know.
Well, she can't be married. You know, I asked her to marry me, and she said yes.
Oh, yeah, and I'm guessing she asked you to send her some money, right?
Yes, sir, $1,000, and I sent it to her. I took it out of my feral cat catching business, you know.
Yeah.
She said she needed it for clothes and transportation.
Mm-hmm.
You know how long it takes to make $1,000 cat catching in Paducah?
No, I'll take a wild guess. 1,000 years?
You're a couple hundred short. Anywho.
There it is. Love it.
Yeah. Anywho.
Love it.
Anyway, when she didn't show up, I wrote to her, you know. No answer at all. So I come on down here, and there weren't no girl at no address like that she gave me. I took the Florida hook, and they reeled me in like one of them there manatees.
We don't fish for manatees here in Florida, Zeke. It's a capital offense. Tell me, why do you want me to find her? So you can marry her, or just to get your money back?
Well, sir, if I can just get my money back, I'll take it.
I see. Less my fee, you understand?
Oh, yeah, I understand that. Anywho,
Bryce,
I just couldn't live with myself thinking about how I've been skinned.
You mean scammed?
Whatever. I just need the satisfaction of getting even, you know? You find her and throw her in jail if you have to.
Okay, what's her name?
Betty Hooters.
Betty Hooters?
Why, you know her?
No, but I knew a gal in the Air Force who flew a jet. Her name was Major Hooters, and she lived up to her name. What was the name of the agency that sent you the list?
It's Love Questers International. Here's a clipping. How long do you think it'll take you, Mr. Benson?
It's just BRICCK.
Sorry, just Brick.
No, that'll do. Anywho, see, with a little luck, it'll take a year, but I'll try to hurry things up for you there. And hang on, Zeke.
Sure.
Hello, darling.
Fada, what are you doing here?
I live here. Why is the door locked?
I don't know. It must have locked on its own. You said you'd be home in an hour and a half.
I decided to come straight home to be with you. What's the matter? Why are we whispering?
Let's step outside.
I am outside.
Oh, right. Zeke, I'll be right with you.
No problem. Can I use your toilet?
Of course. It's in the bathroom.
Wow, just like a few houses in Paducah.
What's going on, darling?
I'm still with the client in there.
Good. I want to meet him.
You don't have to whisper anymore, Fada. We're outside.
Sorry. I said I want to meet him.
That's not a good idea, baby.
Why?
It's complicated, sweetheart. I can't explain now.
Should I be worried? This is all very weird. I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared about, sweetheart. Please go right around until I call you. Just trust me. I'll explain everything.
Well, okay. But it better be a good explanation, or you're gonna get it. No, I take that back. It better be a good explanation or you're not gonna get it. Get it?
Oh, yeah. I got it. I hated having to send Fada away without explaining that Zeke had been scammed by a matchmaking agency that promised him a relationship with a beautiful girl, and that girl apparently lived in Fort Myers, and she sent a supposed picture of herself, but it was actually a picture of Jennifer Aniston. After Zeke left, I called Fada. When she returned and I explained, she realized that if Zeke saw her, it would be hard to explain why she looked like the girl he was supposed to marry. It looked like I was going to have to handle this case alone. I'd grown comfortably used to depending on Fada's skills and being with me on cases. I'd not resorted to using Genius Factor pills since the Sandra Mankin case, but I decided to start back on them for this case as soon as Zeke left, since I'd be going it alone. I knew I'd have to start my investigation with the Love Questers International Agency, but I realized that I would have to go at him stealthily. Luckily, my favorite country singing group, Lonesome Lou and his Grand Ole Osprey Band, were back in town from their tour in Louisiana and Alabama, and I was able to borrow an authentic Western outfit from old Lonesome Lou himself, complete with a 10-gallon hat and high-heeled boots. I fell 3 times trying to walk in those boots. So Lonesome Lou ended up lending me his expensive crepe-soled Tecovas dress boots with no heels. And brother, I was ready. I found the Love Questers International office on the 3rd floor of the Moron and Moron and Moron building in Fort Myers. It was a small but nice office with a receptionist who was tall and slender and large, all in the appropriate places. Take my word for it, she was impressive.
May I help you with something, sir?
I don't rightly trust myself to answer that, ma'am.
You're blushing, sir.
Well, I reckon I am, ma'am. First I thought I was just being affected by the humid Florida climate, but now I know it's because you're the daggonest, prettiest thing I've seen since my first glass of beer.
Where are you from, sir? And what's your name?
Heck Fussbuster's my handle. Howdy. And I'm from Oklahoma.
Would that be the play or the state?
Why, out west, I'll have you know, ma'am.
Oh, a touring company. Well, sir, what can I do for you?
Well, these days, ma'am, it might be against the law for me to tell you that.
Excuse me?
It was a joke.
Hilarious.
Well, truth is, ma'am, I heard this here is a Lonely Hearts Agency, and I am so lonely. I'm lonely, and I thought maybe I could meet someone through this here company.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but this is an agency that works strictly through the mail. That's all we're licensed to do.
Oh, corn shucks, that's just too darn bad. Yeah, I got a whole lot of oil money. It's just a burning a hole plumb through my suitcase.
You mean your pocket?
No, I could only get a few thousand of it in my pockets.
Really?
Yeah, and it's really a shame, too. And I sure would like to spend it on some pretty girl, you know. Well, thank you anyhow for your friendliness, ma'am.
Just a minute, sir. Maybe I can fix things up for you with Mr. Rago. He's the head of the bureau.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. That'd be so nice. 'Cause I sure got myself a lonely heart. Before she went into the inner office, I had taken out a roll of stage money from my pocket and began thumbing through it. She went in, and a few seconds later, Mr. Rago came out to greet me. Rago was an impressive, wiry guy who looked like he just stepped out of an episode of The Sopranos. He greeted me like a brother sooner.
Well, howdy there, partner. You all the way from Oklahoma, huh?
That's right. Yes, sir. Directly from my private airfield in Oklahoma City in my spanking new Gulfstream G550. And from Page Field to here in a covered wagon.
A covered wagon. Yeah. You're quite a jokester. I can see that right away, you know. Hey, would you like a glass for complimentary chilled cucumber water, Mr. what was your name?
Name's Fussbuster. Heck, Fussbuster. No thanks. No cucumber water for me. I carry my own jugs of Oklahoma water on the plane, you know. Once you dip your bill in Oklahoma water, you never go back to cucumber water. Of course, I never went to cucumber water in the first place.
So what business are you in, Heck? Oh, do you mind if I call you Heck?
Heck no. Get it? Heck no.
Why, heck yeah, I get it. You are a regular Larry the Cable Guy, ain't you? So you say you're in oil, huh? Quarts or gallons?
Yeah, barrels. Lots of them. I own one of the largest oil fields in Oklahoma City.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Well, now let's sit down and talk over your little problem, Mr. Fussbuster. I take it you're lonely and in search of a feminine companionship, huh?
You can see right through me, huh? Lonesomeness is pretty hard to hide, I guess.
Yeah. It's the scourge of our society, you know.
Oh,
Millions of people, you know, just passing each other by in the streets every day, never speaking, keeping their unhappy little lives all locked up within themselves, you know. It's,
Do you think you can alleviate my tragedy, Mr. Fago?
It's Rago. Not Fago, Mr. Fussbuster.
Sorry about that.
Ante Rago.
Yeah, sorry.
Now, Mr. Fussbuster, I'm required to ask you this. Just what are your intentions? You know what I mean?
Oh, my intentions are strictly honorable, Mr. Ragu.
It's Rago. Rag-O.
Why, I'm so sorry, Mr. Rag-O. I was thinking of Ragu spaghetti sauce. My chef, Francois, on the plane, makes me some real fine spaghetti on the way down here, and I just can't get it out of my mind.
No problem. So, you say your intentions are honorable, huh?
Darn tootin'. I'm looking for a soulmate. Marriage is my intention, sir.
Now that's the answer I wanted to hear. Let's get down to business, Belle.
And we did get down to business. I forked over another $50 real money, not the fake bills, to start the process. We settled down to look over some prospects. He finally came up with an Italian gal named Chiara, who he described as a ravishing beauty who was so lonesome she sat home alone in her penthouse apartment every night with nothing better to do than her laundry. I found this come on hysterically funny and incredible. But when we actually met later that day at the swanky veranda restaurant for dinner, I realized that my understanding of incredible was painfully limited. She was something right off the centerfold of an old Playboy magazine, except she was wearing some revealing clothing.
It was wonderful of you to go to all this trouble taking me out to dinner, Mr. Fussbuster.
Oh, shucks, darling. Just call me Heck. If this is what you call trouble, I should have been in it a long time ago.
Fort Myers can be, well, so terribly lonesome at times.
I know, yes. Time like 2019 when everybody had COVID and no toilet paper.
You don't seem to believe that I could be lonely.
Kiara, I bet they could make a human carpet out of the men who beat their way to your door every night.
Not as many as you might think. And the ones who do come are opportunists.
Can you blame them?
Beauty can have its drawbacks too. Many men are afraid of beautiful women. Sometimes I wish I was born plain.
Honey, I'm just plain glad you were born. Beauty's about the only thing left that they don't tax, so don't knock it.
There's something I wanna ask you.
Sure. Before you even ask, I got more money in the bank than two of us could even ever count.
That's not what I was gonna ask you.
Then what?
I'd like you even if you didn't have a dime to your name.
You don't say.
Are you really interested in finding a girl to marry?
Oh, that's my whole life's aim, darling. I just want somebody who's willing to come back to Oklahoma with me, sit on my back porch, and watch those beautiful pumps just bringing up all that oil.
After we finish dinner, would you like to go up to my apartment for a drink?
I sure would, as long as it ain't cucumber water. Got any FADA cola?
Why, yes. As a matter of fact, I do. Fonte Cola's my favorite drink.
So on the promise of an iced FADA cola, I did go up to Kiara's apartment with her. Oh, the sacrifices a PI makes to earn a buck. Her apartment was a luxury penthouse in the Prima Luce condominium complex on the Caloosahatchee River in downtown Fort Myers. It had a stunning view of the river. The decor of her apartment was beyond description. Her shelves were lined with intelligent books, and there were a couple of college diplomas on the wall. And her bar, it contained a full array of FADA products. I stood there taking in the view from the window when I heard her say, I could have anything I wanted in the place. I turned to say something clever, and she said,
How about this?
When I turned, I saw that she'd removed the casual blazer she'd been wearing all night, revealing the gauze sheer casual dress underneath. She might as well have been wearing saran wrap. I hadn't seen anything like her since, FADA at 8 o'clock that morning in her jacuzzi tub. I was a bit stunned. I tried to act cool and say something clever like James Bond would say at a time like this. But cool was not what I was feeling. How about a bottle of chilled FADA cola? Is it hot in here? It is, isn't it? Or is it just you?
Heck, You are great. Do you know what I'm thinking?
I don't even want to guess.
I'm thinking there is something about you that I really like. And I'm really sorry we had to meet this way.
What's wrong with this way? I've gotten to know you in the last few seconds a whole lot more than a whole night right up to now. Is your air conditioner working?
I mean, I wish it could have been in some small town on a summer night and you walking me home from a concert or a dance. And I am so sorry. I am just dreaming.
Oh, no need to be sorry. That was a pretty good, sweetheart, you know. Keep going. Maybe I'll, is that a record player over there? I haven't seen a record player in years.
Yes, I have a fondness for actual vinyl recordings. I have something wonderful to show you over here by the wall. Look.
Oh.
Look at my rack.
Yes, I can't keep my eyes off them. I mean it. Wow, they really are big. I mean it is really full of records.
There are a couple of really beautiful ones in my rack that are very rare and very expensive.
Beautiful indeed. I can believe you when you say that they are rare and very expensive.
Do you mind if I show you a couple of them?
I believe you already have.
This one is my most favorite. Let's see if you like it.
Okay, go right ahead. But they look like twins to me, and I like them both.
No, not twins. It's Ella Fitzgerald. It's so romantic.
They have names? And they're romantic? Well, I can see that.
Yes, of course. This one's called You're Laughing at Me. It's by Irving Berlin. It's an Ella Fitzgerald recording.
Oh, we're talking about records. Records, certainly. Yes, records. We are talking about records. I love looking at records. I mean, listening to records, and I love Ella Fitzgerald. Hey, is she by any chance related to Larry Fitzgerald, that wide receiver that played for 17 years in the NFL?
Heck, you're so funny. You make me very sad.
Whoa. Well, darling, if I'm funny, you ought to be laughing. I mean, crying is kind of like the direct opposite response to funny, you know. Hey, what's the matter, sweetheart? The music kind of got to you, huh?
What an awful and terrible business to be in.
What do you mean?
I'm so sorry. Will you please excuse me?
Her tears looked pretty genuine to me, and I figured either she didn't know what she was doing or she was using a new angle in an old racket. But while she was out of the room, I recovered somewhat and gave her apartment a fast once-over. My recovery was complete when I found stacks of letters to and from Lonely Hearts clients in her desk. I pocketed as many as possible, and then I settled back on the couch just before she returned. She cried a little bit more, but she didn't talk. I finally left and dropped by the office. I put the letters in my safe and spent half an hour on the phone with FADA explaining where I had been. She was very understanding and summed it up in just 7 words before she hung up on me.
I don't believe a word of it. Goodbye.
She told me she was going to Kathy's house to spend the night and talk like girls, so I went home and slept alone for the first time since I don't know when. FADA left a note saying that she took little Doodle Dog with her to Kathy's to play with Shaheen. I'd spend the night completely alone, but at least I didn't have to sleep on the couch. The next morning, I drove to Fort Myers Beach. I was heading into my office when I ran into Alberto, the janitor, in the hallway.
Hola, Senor Brick. Oh, Senor Brick, ten cuidado. Be careful. Do not sleep in the water.
Oh, woe out of you, Alberto. Don't worry, Alberto. I never sleep in the water, especially the salt water. Darn sand gets in every crevice of my body. The only time I slept in the water was in my jacuzzi bathtub. That was the last time because I almost drowned. So now I only take showers. I haven't gone to sleep in the shower yet. I try to stay out of the shower if I'm sleepy. So far, so good. Thanks for the warning, though. Add the oatmeal, s'il vous plaît.
Senor Brick, look out! Senor Brick, are you okay?
Roberto, you got soap water all over the floor. I could have broke my neck.
Senor Brick, I tried to warn you.
Well, what next time? Warn me in English.
Si, senor, I will. Senor Brick, I should tell you about the two men who went into your office.
Well, when was that, Roberto?
About 10 minutes ago, Senor Brick. They are the meanest-looking hombres I have ever seen.
I thought you said they were men.
Si, senor, they were two men.
So, 2 men and 2 hombres went into my office.
2 men went into your office.
Well, where'd the hombres go?
They go into your office.
Okay, so when I go into my office, I should expect to find 2 men and 2 hombres in there, right?
No.
Just 2 men then.
Si.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm glad we got that straight.
Ay, Chihuahua.
Yeah, my chihuahua, too. Thanks a lot, Roberto.
De nada, Senor Brick.
Yeah, good days of nada to you, too, there, Roberto.
Well, good morning, Benson.
Hey, who the heck are you? And what are you doing in my office?
It's not real friendly of you. Vito's my name. They call my overgrown friend here Tiny. He don't talk except with his hands.
Well, what's he do? Sign language?
Fist language.
Oh, am I supposed to be scared or something?
Well, you should be. He's a real good fist talker.
That's so.
Yeah, that's so. He can talk your head right off your shoulders.
Well, I just might not want to listen. What's on your minds?
I hear you're a real good actor. You specialize in acting like people from western parts of the country, like oilmen and such, I hear.
Sorry, I'm all booked up with Prime Video for a series.
Funny. Listen, cowboy. Rago don't like to have his letters stolen off his dames.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tiny, help him understand.
Now hold on. Is that all you got?
Now, Mr. Ace Detective, Brick Benson, I guess we gotta open up your safe and get the letters, huh?
I'm not much of a morning fighter. And besides, I was overmatched, and anybody would have been overmatched with Tiny. That's all the excuses I'm gonna make. Needless to say, I gave him the letters. I'd already read them anyway. Before Vito and Tiny left, they messed up our office a little bit, just for the fun of it, I guess. They used my cell phone and credit card to order a 12-foot good luck horseshoe of flowers from a nearby florist. And then they left me sitting there. Laying there. Hello, Benson and PEFLINGER, Ace Detective Agency. What do you want?
Hello, Brick. This is Kiara.
Kiara, huh? How sweet of you to call.
Listen, they want those letters back. Somebody recognized you last night.
No kidding.
They are coming after you.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I like you, stupid.
Join the crowd. A lot of gals like me stupid.
Please listen. Burn those letters and get out of your office. And if you're willing to help me, I would appreciate it.
What kind of help are you talking about?
I want to get out of this town. Please help me. I will do anything to repay you.
Hang on. I'll be right over.
Get rid of those letters fast. And then...
What's the matter?
Dante, no. Get away from me.
Kiara! Kiara! I got over to her apartment as fast as I could. Her apartment door was locked, so I unlocked it with my lockpick, and there wasn't a soul in the place anywhere or any signs of a struggle. I got out of there and beat it over to Love Quarters International with blood in my eye and a chip on my shoulder big as a redwood tree. And you guessed it, there was no Love Questers International. The name was scraped off the door and the office suite was empty.
Salmonella fungi fictical for Friendly Frank's Friday fried brains, bagel and Ford Bronco breakfast at Friendly Frank's Wheels and Meals in Cape Coral, Florida.
Hi, my name is Salmonella fungi fictical. Ain't that a pretty name? My daddy named me that. He heard it from the health department man who closed his restaurant down in 1992. Anyway, my daddy's in the kitchen, bagging up some hazardous waste and frying up a big old batch of pig brains for the Friday fried brains, bagel, and Ford Bronco breakfast down at the new Friendly Frank Wheels and Meals. This here's my pet cow, Peppy Lou. Oh, hi, Peppy Lou. She got 3 eyes. Cousin her mama ate a bag of Daddy's sun-dried catfish right before she was born. Seems catfish don't do too well in the sun. Kind of spoiled. But that's okay, because Daddy said she got 3 times better fishing than any old other cow. Yes, sir, she got 20 fish. Anyhow, my daddy wanted me to come out here and invite all y'all down to the new Friendly Frank's Wheels and Meals down at 232 Southwest 323rd Street at the corner of Northeast 223rd Terrace. Daddy picked that out because it's so easy to remember. Anyway, when you come, remember to turn left in the parking lot. Come on, you cannot miss it. It's marked off by a big yellow crime scene tape. Oh, and when you come, remember not to step on the chalk outline of the man's body in the doorway. Police need it for some investigation to figure out what kind of poison killed him or something like that.
That'll do it! Get in here, girl, and help your rinse off these big brains and done drop them in the hazardous waste bag.
I'm coming, Daddy! I gotta go. Daddy's done messed up the vittles and the hazardous waste again. Bye. Ew! Peppy Lou, gross! Thanks!
A half an hour later, I was telling the whole story to Captain John Terry, an old friend of mine with the Fort Myers Police Department. And a half an hour after that, we were all gathered in Kiara Barr's apartment at her penthouse. John had been quizzing the manager, Bill Willis, and a girl named Annie Harry Krishnan or something like that, who said she lived in the apartment and never heard of Kiara Barra. Confused? Well, why should I be the only one? Look, I'm telling you, I was here last night with Kiara Barra. Later, she called me on the phone, and while we were talking, someone shot her. That's why we're here.
What do you mean telling the police about a murder in my place? Are you crazy?
No, I'm not crazy, Miss Black Irishman. I was just...
My name is Barla Krishnan. Annika Barla Krishnan. Not Black Irishman.
Dadgummit, doesn't anybody use regular names anymore?
Just call me Annika.
Annika? Yeah, good one, good. I can remember that one. I had a pet anaconda when I was a kid. Escaped and ate the neighbor's German Shepherd and a Jehovah's Witness that was knocking on the doors in the neighborhood.
That is terrible.
Not really. That darn dog barked every night into the wee hours of the morning.
I mean about the Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, him. Well, nobody ever said a word about what happened to him. You see, everybody in the neighborhood were Baptists, except for the fellow at the end of the street. Now, he was a Christian Scientist or something. We were all kind of waiting for the anaconda to visit him, but I'm sorry. What's your name again that doesn't sound like Hare Krishna?
Just call me Annika.
Annika, yeah. Thanks for that. You know, names that sound like other things are not my thing.
That is obvious.
Look, Annika, I was here last night with a girl named Kiara Barra in this very apartment. Now, she called me from here today and somebody shot her.
Listen to me. I don't know what your problem is, but this happens to be my apartment. And you were definitely not in here last night. If you had been here, my boyfriend would have tossed you out on your rear end. Because he was here with me.
Excuse me, Brick. How long have you lived here, man?
Almost a year.
Ah, don't bother, John. It's rigged against us.
Officer Terry, why don't you make this crazy man shut up? Look, I have got records to prove everything I have said to you. And I tell you again, I have never heard of this Kiara, or whatever her name is. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye, man. Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, out of oatmeal. She's obviously a part of this scam, John.
Brick, there just isn't much I can do for you here. We need more than just your word.
Is this an episode of Blue Bloods or something? It's like Danny trying to get his sister to prosecute a case. Look, John, solving homicides is something I'm kind of good at.
Brick, who said there was a homicide? All you told us was that you heard a shot and a scream over the phone at that. Are you sure you didn't see this thing in a movie or something?
All right, John. If you want to bury this thing, then I'll just go.
Hey, nobody's trying to bury anything, Brick. You know me better than that. I'm talking about facts. You give me something solid and I'll use it.
Here, try my gun. The slime buckets running the Love Questers International scam were organized like a Democratic Party. I realized I would need advanced tactics and a well-focused mind to get anywhere. The Genius Factor pills had already kicked in, and I was feeling clear-minded and focused. If Rago and his thugs had a lucrative mail-order scam going, it wasn't likely he would drop it cold. So I paid a visit to the post office, and I talked to the clerk, who looked like his face should be on one of those wanted posters on the front window, and he smelled like an ashtray. I told him I was a private detective and slid 220s toward him to break through any barriers that might exist in his mind regarding the legality of divulging such information. He didn't hesitate a second, quickly pocketed my last $40.
Yeah, here's the card. They give a change of address. The Love Questers International now receives its mail at Post Office Box 2998.
2998.
You must be real hard up for romance.
Yeah, I'm always hard up for romance.
Oh, funny. I get it.
I had to get out of there fast before I caught secondhand lung cancer. I took note of where box 2998 was, and it was clearly visible from the spot where I had parked. I camped out in the parking lot for about 2 hours. At about 4 o'clock, I saw my recent enemy, Tiny, pull up 3 spots down from me and walk into the post office like he owned the joint. He went directly to box 2998 and opened it with a key. It was all I could do to keep from slipping in on him and kicking him in the cojones to soften him up so I could punch him in the oversized face. But I controlled myself, and I waited until he got in his car and I followed him. It was a long drive, out US 41 to the Suncoast Estates in North Fort Myers. Tiny pulled up at a very old white wooden home on 8000 Breeze Drive and went in. I drove on by and stopped down the road where I could watch the house. Nothing else happened, so after 20 minutes I drove back to Fort Myers Beach to the office to do some checking from there. Hello, this is Benson.
Hello, Brick. This is Zeke Farquhar.
Oh, hi, Zeke.
Did you find out anything yet?
Well, Zeke, I can tell you this. I haven't gotten your money back yet, but I know a lot more now than I did yesterday.
For example?
Well, I don't think that the girl you sent your money and your love to was a girl.
Oh, good heavens. Is she one of those LSMFT people that I hear about?
LSMFT is the old slogan for Lucky Strike cigarettes. It stands for Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. I call them alphabet people. I'm just guessing, but I think they shake up a box of Post-it notes with different pronouns written on them, and then they pick one out of the box and identify with whatever pronoun they pick at the time. But no, I think your letter came from a man.
A man?
Yeah, a man named Dante Rago. Or maybe one of his secretaries.
Is that right?
Well, Mr. Benson, just tell me where he is and I'll handle it myself.
Zeke, it's a pretty rough bunch. I think it's going to take both of us to handle this. I'm not home. I'm at my office down at...
I know where it is. I have it in my GPS.
Good. Then why don't you come on down? Right now I have to check on an address and a license number.
I'll be right down, and I want some action.
The phone company told me that there was a telephone registered at 8000 Breeze Drive under the name of Dante Rago. I called my pal Tony Goomba at FMBPD, and he ran the license number I copied down of the car I followed. It registered under the same name and the same address. Zeke Farquhar arrived, and we drove out to 8000 Breeze Drive. I told Zeke to go around to the back door and station himself there while I went in the front. Come on.
What the hell is all the commotion about? The Lord's Welk show just started. What do you want at this hour of the night, young man?
I need to speak to Dante Rago. Is he in?
What? Speak up.
Rago.
I am not.
What?
I'm not a faggot.
Here we go again. I did not say you're a faggot, ma'am. I said I want to talk to Dante Rago. R-A-G-G-O. Rago.
I never heard of him.
Come on, he lives here.
Since when?
How should I know?
Well, I've been here since they built the place. I've never seen no Dante Rago. I had an old girlfriend of mine, Ida Lupino, staying with me once. I rented her the empty room.
Ida Lupino? The actress?
No, Ida Lupino was named after Ida Lupino.
The actress or your friend?
The actress.
The actress was named after your friend?
Yes.
How old is Ida?
The actress Ida or my friend Ida?
Actually, never mind. You still rent your empty bedroom, ma'am.
Why?
Maybe I want to rent it, all right? May I come in and look around?
No, this is my home, my private home. I don't like the look in your eye. You look real sneaky.
Lady, are you Rago's mother?
I'll have you know I was never married. My name is Myrtle Wilson.
Well, Myrtle, I'm going to hate myself for doing this, but step aside.
I'll kick your ass.
Come on, lady, move. Move. Ouch. Hey, no biting.
You can't come in here. I'll call the police.
Well, I just did come in. Go ahead and call the police. Go on. I dare you to. I want to look around.
All right, mister. You forced me to defend my honor and my castle.
She reached into an umbrella stand and pulled out a shotgun.
Damn it!
I dived behind the sofa, and the stuffing caught the full blast of the rock salt it was loaded with. Before she could reload, I grabbed her and tied her up. Then I looked through the house. There was no sign of Dante Rago or his friends. Just the personal effects and furnishings of a little old lady. I was just about to turn myself into the sheriff for breaking and entering and assaulting the little old lady when I noticed a garage outside. It was a 2-car garage with rooms over it. All the shades were drawn. I let Zeke in the back door, and we had a talk.
Brick, you all right? I heard shooting.
Yeah, I'm fine. The little old lady who lives here didn't take kindly to me interrupting Lawrence Welk.
I thought maybe that Dante guy got you. So, they ain't in there.
No, but I'm thinking maybe out in that room above the garage.
So you think they might be in there, huh?
I don't know where the heck else they could be. They're sure not in here. Now look, I'm going in the garage, and if I find the same car I followed yesterday, I'm going to go upstairs.
In that case, I'm going with you.
Sure, wouldn't have it any other way. There was a car in the garage, and it was the same car that I'd followed. We started tiptoeing up a long flight of stairs inside the garage to a doorway at the top. When we were one step away from it, we kicked it open and dived through.
Go. Fudge nuggets. Nobody here. No Dante Rago or any of his thugs.
Yeah, looks like we struck out. What's that?
But in the next room, tied to a chair and gagged, was a frightened and hysterical Chiara Barr. She stared at us through big, teary, frightened eyes. I took the gag out of her mouth.
Oh, Brick.
Easy, Snookums, easy. You're all right now. I thought you'd been killed.
I almost was. But look there.
What?
There.
Oh, I was so focused on Chiara, I didn't notice the body laying on the floor a few feet away. Zeke was kneeling beside him, checking for a pulse.
Who's this guy, Brick? Looks like he must have shot himself somehow. He's deader than a doornail here.
Yeah, he was a letter-writing expert named Dante Rago. How'd this happen, Chiara?
Dante and Tiny and some other guy brought me here from the apartment after you left.
Is that actually your apartment?
No. It belongs to someone who is part of the organization. I don't know them.
So why did Tiny and the other guy bring you here?
Somebody told them that you were a private detective. Dante knew that I was going to tell you about the whole operation.
Yeah, go on.
When we got here, they went down to the garage area. That's when I called you on the telephone there on the floor. When I was talking to you, Dante and Tiny and the other guy came back in and caught me. Dante was mad and he ran toward me with his gun. I knew he was going to kill me.
So how did Dante end up dead?
When he came toward me with the gun, I screamed and threw the phone at him. He tripped on the carpet there and fell on the gun and I had it go off.
I guess his mother never told him that he shouldn't run with a knife or a loaded and cocked gun in his hand. When I heard that gun go off in the phone, Chiara, I thought sure you'd been killed. Somebody up there was looking out for you, kid.
Oh, Brick. I am so happy you found me.
Yeah, me too. So what happened to the other two guys?
Tiny and the other guy tore the phone cord out of Thuol and left me here. Oh, Brick, I was so frightened.
Well, you're all right now, baby. You're safe. Do you have any idea where they went?
They went out to find a doctor for Dante. I am so glad you got here before they returned.
Yeah, me too, baby.
I'll tell you something, Brick. It's too late for a doctor to help this guy. I've seen a lot of dead cats in my day. And this feller here is one dead cat, I can tell you.
I knew he was going to die. I just knew it.
It's okay, Toots. Better him than you.
I guess so.
We'll have some cops here waiting to take them in when they get back.
And me too, I suppose.
Nah, you're one of the victims here. You'll have to give a statement to the police, but you're gonna be all right. You know what you need, darling?
No. What do I need?
A good husband and a nice home.
Where would I find that? Nobody would have me after all this. Nobody.
Come over here, Toots. I have somebody you should meet. I want you to meet a great guy named Zeke Farquaad.
Howdy, miss.
Hello, Zeke.
Do you like quilts and fishing?
How did you know? Two of my favorite hobbies are making quilts and fishing.
Well, what do you know? Somehow deep down inside, I just knew you were going to say that.
Would you like another glass of iced Fanta Cola, Brick, darling?
No, FADA, honey. One glass is enough. Your beauty is much more stimulating than even iced Fanta Cola.
Oh, I'll bet I don't look anything like that girl Chihuahua. Was she more beautiful than me?
It's Chiara, not Chihuahua.
I know that's silly. I was joking.
Well, that was funny. Chiara is beautiful, but different from you. You know, in my eyes, there is no one as beautiful as you. You're my one and only, and my only one of a kind.
That is sweet. Did you kiss her? I would understand if you had to kiss her in the line of duty when you were in disguise as Heck Fussbuster.
No, I did not kiss her in the line of duty or any other line. you are still the only girl I kiss, baby.
Really?
Really, Schmeely?
Really, Schmeely? What's really Smeely going to happen to Kiara now, darling?
Well, before the week is out, I'm pretty sure she'll become Mrs. Zeke Farquaad.
Kiara Farquaad. What a name. But what a fortunate girl. I wish somebody would ask me to marry him.
All right, I will.
Really? You're not kidding me, are you?
Nope. Here goes. FADA.
Yes, Brick, darling?
Will you marry Zeke Farquaad?
Oh, you. That's not funny.
No, it's really funny.
Wrong. It's really unfunny.
Come here. Come on. Closer now, come on.
Darling.
Does that help?
Was that in the line of duty?
No, baby. That was strictly on my own time. Come here. Come on.
All rise.
Be seated. Hi, I'm Judge Andrew Napolitano. Yeah, I'm the handsome guy with the hair almost all the way down to my eyebrows. When I'm not busy hitting on every guy in an elevator or being fired every couple of months by Fox News for sexually harassing every guy in the studio restroom, I do commercials about Lear Capital Gold. I love gold. It's shiny and I can see my reflection in it. After being fired by Fox this last time, I auditioned for a Relief Factor commercial, but those two fat, bald-headed guys complained that I was sexually harassing them. It's not my fault. You just can't expect a fellow who's asked to stand sandwiched close between two gorgeous fat guys without getting the idea that they got an ulterior motive, can you? Anyway, I didn't have any pain to talk about other than the pain in my butt fending off sexual harassment lawsuits, so it didn't work out. But here I am today to reveal the secret behind my progressively advancing hairline. It's actually my eyebrows. I was genetically blessed with eyebrows that go all the way back to the base of my neck. Yeah, right up and over the top of my head. From the time I was 5, I looked like Chewbacca from Star Wars. All the kids made fun of me, so my mom got the bright idea of shaving the area between where my eyebrows started and where she thought my hairline should start. And in honor of my dear old mom, I've kept that space there very small. In fact, I have gradually decreased the area between my lower eyebrows and my upper eyebrows, which passes as my forehead. Now, here's the good news. Now, you too can have your own Judge Andrew Napolitano progressive hairline with my specially designed Judge Andrew Napolitano eyebrow wig. Made from genuine, all-natural eyebrow trimmings donated by famous eyebrow-gifted people like Eugene Levy, Martin Scorsese, Sophia Hadjipantelli, and many others. So don't run around with a Herman Munster forehead and receding hairline. Call me now at 800-EYEBROW. That's 800-393-2769 and get your own Judge Andrew Napolitano eyebrow wig at our specially reduced price of $29.99. Call within the next 15 minutes and give the promo code EYEBROWS and receive a free tube of my Judge Andrew Napolitano eyebrow wax. Call now. Supplies are limited, and when the sale is over, I'm gonna bring down the gavel and it's over. You are dismissed.